Hello students, welcome back to our e-learning class. Today I will take class 12 economics class. So I hope all of you are fine and healthy and staying in your home. Today I will discuss about the liberalization. The previous class under the liberalization I discussed some reforms. One is the financial reforms, another is the industrial reforms, and two more reforms are left. So let's see which are these. So first one is the fiscal reforms or tax reforms. Okay, so under this the government want to reduction in direct taxes. So first one is reduction is direct taxes. So first let me introduce that what is the direct taxes. So there are the two type tax. One is direct tax, another is indirect tax. So what is the direct tax? Direct tax means those taxes the burden of which cannot be shifted onto others. That means the person himself or herself he paid tax to the government directly. Okay, there is no intermediaries. So if we take as example like under this income tax, wealth tax, so these are under the direct tax. Okay, now what is the indirect tax? Indirect tax means the taxes, those taxes the burden of which can be shifted onto others. That means if I want to buy anything, so or buy this pen, or cost of this pen is rupees 22. 2 rupees 20 is the cost of this pen and 2 is the taxes of this pen. So when I buy this pen, so I give the price to the shopkeeper is rupees 22, and out of 22 these 2 rupees the shopkeeper give to the government. So this 2 is the indirect tax which the consumer given. Okay students, so this type of tax we can see indirect tax. So under these taxes today include GST, goods and service tax. So in the next class I will discuss about the GST and another new term, demonetization. Okay, so today, so under this fiscal reforms the government want to reduction is direct taxes, because when the any person from their income they have to give 20% or 30% tax from their income. So this amount is the large, so they are not wanted to show their exact income. Okay, and they are not agree to give that amount of the tax to the government. That's why the government want to reduction this tax, and also reduction of this direct tax encourages citizen to promote the savings and also discourage the voluntary savings. Okay students, so under this, and also government want to reduce this indirect tax. Okay, because when any producer produce any commodity and the maximum amount of his profit if he have to give to government, or the price under the indirect tax the price of that commodity will be higher. So the consumer have to pay the high rate of that commodity, that particular commodity. So that's why government also reduce the indirect tax, and also there are for the consumer they are buy more commodities. Okay, and after this government want to simplify this tax system, because in the previous only the few person they can understood the tax system, but the common people of the country they are can't understood what is the tax system. That's why government make the new tax system which are easily understood by the all people. So these are the tax reforms. So now we talk about the foreign exchange reforms. The next one, foreign exchange reforms. So under this, first one is the devaluation of Indian currency or of rupees. So that means what? If $1 means rupees 70, but now if $1 this implies rupees 72. So when the foreigners or the investor from the foreign they are invest or anything buy from our country, they give $1 and they can buy the 70 rupees, under the 70 rupees the commodity. But now if the $1 is rupees 72, so under the $1 they can buy the more things, because our Indian currency devalued. Okay, this price is rise, that means the our currency is devalued. We here not we talking about the value, not the rate. Okay students, so when the government devalued our Indian currency, then the foreigners or investor from the foreigners they are interested to invest in our country and also buy more commodity. So after that what will be the effect? After that our foreign reserve increases. Okay, because in our country more foreign currency came and the foreign exchange reserve increases. So this one is the devaluation. Next, adapting flexible exchange rate. So under this, so there are some types of exchange rate. In macroeconomics you will learn. So there are the fixed exchange rate, flexible exchange rate, manageable float exchange rate. So here flexible exchange rate means, that means the demand and supply, which are this demand and supply operate the international market. Okay, which implies the more or increases our foreign exchange. So next one is the trade and investment reforms. talking about the developed or how to develop one country, that means there need more and more investment. Okay, when if we deposit our money in our home, so there will be the no money circulation of money. Okay, if we see after few years the amount of the money remains same, but when we deposit our money in the bank or we invest our money in any mutual fund, then the money will be circulate. Okay, and the value of the money will be increased. So that's why when any person or any country invest more and more money for their development, so the growth of that country will be increased. That's why under the investment reforms, the country or government think we have to invest more. So under this, the first one is reduction in quota up to maximum limit. So we already learned two terms, tariff and quota. Tariff means tax, okay, and quota means the amount of the import that was fixed. Okay, if we say as an example, if we import the commodity, we can import the commodity only 10% from the foreign. Okay, so we can import only essential commodity, okay, which are needed for us. But for that reason, the foreign investor, they are not interested to invest in India. That's why government thought that if we reduction in quota up to maximum limit, if they fix the quota up to 40%. Okay, so the foreigners, they buy more and more commodity from our country. Okay, and the next one, removal of export duty. Okay. So before 1991, the government also imposed the tax on export. So when the country's people, they export some commodity and they have to give the taxes, so they are not interested to export the commodities. Okay, so that's why government removed the export duty or the tax on export. Next one is reduction of import duty. Similarly, government also reduced the tax from the import. So which commodity we can import from the foreign, so there also the tax reduced. Okay, so that's why there is the more for the country's people, they are more encouraged or they are encourageable for to the import the commodity from the foreign. So these are the under the trade and investment reforms. So but there is one thing, and also import was abolished. Import licensing was abolished. Okay, except some hazardous and environment sensitive industries, because we can't import some pet from the foreign which are not under the country's rule or laws. Okay, so only this except of these commodities the government abolish the import licenses. Okay students, so under the liberalization we can learn the what was the industrial reforms, financial reform, fiscal reforms, and trade and investment reforms. Okay, student. And next day, I will discuss about the demonetization and GST. Okay, student. So for today, thank you.